John Wells took the name of Loud Fridge Theater Group because he wanted to be a constant noise in the community.
We wanted to be a theater group that nourished our community, that made noise and elevated voices that had a history of being denied a platform.
Now, Loud Fridge launches its first full season with Ripped, written by former San Diegan Rachel Bublitz. Loud Fridge co-founder Kate Rose Reynolds discovered the play in 2017.
It deals with a campus sexual assault, and it really explores the gray areas of consent. This play is sometimes funny, sometimes charming, sometimes very uncomfortable, but it's going to leave you talking, and it's going to leave people with something to think about. And we thought that was a great calling card for us to start our first season with.
I think that now is the time for it, especially with the conversations that are going on about sexual assault on college campuses here in San Diego. I think that now is the time to really start talking about what consent means.
It still wasn't okay.
I was drunk too. You can't. Being drunk isn't a get out of jail free card.
I know.
In Ripped, Amira Temple plays Lucy, a college freshman leaving an ex-boyfriend back home and meeting a new guy at UC Berkeley.
I never leave the stage, and the story is not told in chronological order. So we're going from a moment of great desperation and darkness to very lighthearted date. Like, that's just one example of what we're jumping back and forth here in time with.
We're really kind of thrown into this situation with this college student, Lucy, who is having trouble piecing together memories, who's trying to figure out what happened.
I think I was raped. No, I was raped.
So I hope that people get caught up in it and sort of fall into this whirlwind of Lucy's experience, and because of that identification with her experience, develop empathy for everyone in the show, to see a lot of different perspectives.
One of those perspectives comes from Jared, the Berkeley student played by Marcel Farron, who sees him as a nice guy.
Knowing that I was, once 19 and would get into, partying and drinking, and that's when your decision-making process kind of goes out the window and you're a young hormonal teenager.
It's not like you were drugged.
I was wasted.
You came to my place that way. I didn't get you drunk.
But you slept with me anyway.
I had a lot to drink too.
But you remember everything.
Things happen in the play, miscommunications, blurred boundaries, and he ends up in a pretty bad predicament. But I feel for the character.
You so rarely get to see a piece of theater that is so nuanced and so comfortable living in the gray area and so comfortable asking questions and not giving the audience an answer, but just forcing you to think about where you stand and what you believe and forcing people to talk.
Which I think is a really important conversation to have, especially with young people, so you don't put yourself in a situation where you have been or have assaulted someone and you just didn't really understand the bounds of what that looks like because you don't understand what consent is.
In order to tackle these issues on stage, Loud Fridge had to address them first as a theater company, so it hired intimacy director Candace Crystal.
And what helped me a lot was when Candace put it in the perspective of choreography.
Like my top?
If we can choreograph this much similar to a dance, we're very comfortable with the movements, we know what to expect, when to expect it.
It makes it so that it's all repeatable actions, so there's no surprises on stage. My scene partners are never gonna just pull something out of the bag and tell me afterwards, I thought it would be fun, which makes for a very safe environment. I know what lies ahead of me, and I know the bounds in which we can create, given everyone's comfortability. I should go. I hope that people come in with an open mind and leave with an even more open mind. It'll definitely leave you with a lot of questions. So be ready for that.
And be ready for more provocative theater, as Loud Fridge has 2 shows waiting in the wings to make more noise.
Thanks for watching. I'm Beth Accomando, KPBS Arts and Culture reporter, and I cover the arts in San Diego. So please subscribe to the channel and check out the playlist.